Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. As you can tell, back in the garage again. So winter is now here. Today what I'm going to do is I get a lot of comments from you guys, and trust me, I truly appreciate it, and I get back to every one of you because it's so great to hear from you. But I've been asked a lot about what gear I use, what clothes I have, and everything like that. So today's video is all about the gear that I use. So let's go check out what we got, and hope you enjoy it. Like I said, if you have any questions about what it is, make sure you leave a comment below, but let's get started, okay? All right, so first things first, you always gotta be thinking about safety. You know, I talk about it all the time, being safe on the water and stuff like that, so let's start off there, guys. So first things first, so you guys know, I always carry with me a first aid kit. This one is nice and light, it's easy, cost me about 20 bucks. I got it at a Canadian Tire up here in Canada, or you can get them at Bass Pro. But they've got all, like, everything you need. Bandages, I mean, it's a whistle, a compass, anything and everything you need in case you screw up on the water and you hurt yourself, or like me, going out for hikes and you trip and sprain your ankle or something like that. Very good to have. Next thing I have for sure, flares. You gotta carry flares with you. I usually carry 3 flares. I know it's in a Ziploc bag, but it's always worked for me. Make sure that when you're checking your flares, you always keep the expiry date on them up to date. If they're expired, get rid of them. Get new ones. Always have good flares with you. Very important. Next thing, especially when I go on these longer trips and stuff like that, I take with me blatant but toolkit. So this has all of my little, like, wrenches, Allen keys, kind of like screwdriver, things like that, you know, just to make sure that if something comes loose or if something breaks off, I've got something to have. You probably saw in that one video that I sucked up that garbage bag. Well, luckily my buddy from Due Diligence Fishing, he had one of those longer tweezers that we had in his fishing bag, so we were able to pull it out. But that's probably something that I'm going to look into for next year. Make sure you have something that can reach into your propeller if you get anything stuck in there. Anchor. Stupidly important to have an anchor. You don't know if something goes wrong. Like in one of the videos, we were out on Niagara River, on the upper part of Niagara River. It is imperative that you take an anchor with you, because if you break down, you want to chuck your anchor overboard and at least try to give you a little bit of stopping power, because if you don't, your Sea-Doo is gone. So again, just an anchor, be safe like that. As well, within the Sea-Doo, we've got a bailing bucket with a tow rope in it, and a fire extinguisher. Always make sure you check your fire extinguishers because they do expire, so make sure you check into that every year. And yeah, so those are strapped in and always in there for us. So a little add-on to safety is when I'm out, you know, doing the camping that you see in the videos, I'll make sure, like, I carry like matches, a little candle with me. I always take like fire starter in case it's raining. It's great to have. And like what is this, an emergency blanket? Yep, take that with you. And I usually have an emergency poncho just in case. What else do I got? Oh, and guys, I know it's not really life safety, but it is. Don't forget your sunscreen. Very important. So that is my life safety. The only other thing I could think of whoops. The only other thing is I've discovered the joys of an umbrella. It is, especially if you're going out for more than a day and there's any chance of weather, take your umbrella. I have found that this handrail on these Sea-Doos is absolutely fantastic. I can fit that in there, straight down. That thing is going nowhere. So, highly recommend getting one of those umbrellas. I mean, it's not the most fashionable look if you're out on the water, but trust me, it will keep you dry. So that's pretty much it for the safety aspect of what I got. So let's move on to the gear, because that's what a lot of people want to know about. So let's check that out. Okay, so for my filming gear, I use 2 GoPros. Right now I'm using a GoPro Hero 8, which is what I'm filming on right now. And then this is my Hero 7. I use the 7 for shots that I'm worried I might not get it back. So, but I'm also going to be getting rid of this one, and I'm going to have 2 8s for next season, just because it's easier to edit when they're both the same model. So this will definitely become the throw it in the most extreme situations camera. So that's what that's for. With the GoPros, I've got goosenecks that help it get up off of the CD so you get a little bit of a better angle, and also some mounting gear. So I've got clamps with it. I'm using a clamp right now to hold it there, but these are the clamps like when you saw in that video where I buzzed by the tree, I used a clamp on that. So these are pretty much the go-tos that I have, as well as I have this pole that I use for like a little bit of extended shots. Let's open it up better here. And it gets the camera a bit further away from you so you get a wider angle for it. Or if I'm going to put it in the water, because it's clear, works pretty good that way. So using that for all of my filming stuff. I also have, thanks to you guys, I got a power bank. This one is absolutely, it's called A Dream. How ironic. This thing is great. I can go a whole weekend and charge all my GoPros off of this, and even a little bit of the drone. So definitely, if you're going away for trips, get a power bank. It is so worth it. You will not regret it. This one is upside down. 10,000 milliamp. Now the next thing I get the most requests about is the drone. So this is the drone that I'm using. It's the DJI Mavic Mini. I absolutely love it. I like it because, if you can see, it's only 249 grams, so it's below the legal weight for having to have a license, even with the battery in it. You can see how stupidly small it is. It fits in the palm of my hand, which is absolutely fantastic for getting it in the seat. Like, I've had bigger drones and they take up half of your storage space, so not worth it. I will also say this thing is stupidly robust for me. I have lost it into 2 rivers, multiple trees, and even at one point a mud bog where it went into the mud. It was about a foot into muddy water. I pulled it out, the whole thing was just covered in mud. I brought this home, I took it to my sink, ran out of the sink for about 10 minutes. Everything, just drenched the whole thing. I was like, well, I've already lost it. And put it up kind of on an angle like that to dry. Came back the next day, put a battery in it. This thing flew perfectly. So I'm assuming it's because there's probably way less electronics and stuff in it that allow you to get away with kind of getting a bit more dangerous with it. I mean, the only downside I've had with this right now is that it is so light. Wind is a nightmare. Anything over about 22 to 25 kilometers an hour, if this is up, it's gone. So you got to keep it low or stuff like that. So that's the only downside is wind, but the shots, you've seen the shots, guys. They're fantastic. So this drone, absolutely highly recommend. It is fantastic for what we're doing. But like I said, the only thing you gotta watch out for, wind. It's the biggest thing you gotta watch out for this. With that, the drone comes with a nice controller. Like, again, the controller's small in your hand, nothing much. Open it up, put your phone in. This, and then what I'm doing is when I'm driving and stuff, I might try doing it. It's a learning process, but like the forward, back, and this is up and down and left and right. The forward, back, side to side is on this one. So if you're wanting the drone to go forward while you're driving forward, you gotta hold up. Well, this is also my trigger finger, so I'm usually driving like this if you see it in the videos. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I think I can program it to switch the two. So next year I can drive and go like this. So research I'm doing over the winter. See, still looking into it. So that is the technology. Again, if you have any questions about what I'm using or anything like that, please leave me a comment below, okay? All right, guys, so the next little bit I'm gonna talk about is clothing and what I wear when I'm out on the water. So first I'm gonna do the bulk of the clothing, which is my summer clothing. So let's start off with that. So first and foremost, I absolutely love these Columbia PFG. And let me hold it this way for you. These are UV protectant, long sleeve shirts, and they dry super quick. They're light, they're breathable, and they actually have, they deflect wind pretty good as well. Like, I mean, You see me at these wearing these all the time. So highly recommend looking into the Columbia PFG line. Great sun protection, everything you need for that. Along with that, I've got the Columbia PFG shorts. Again, UV protectant. So it's like UV 50 or something like that. So I like that because when you're on, I don't want to be lathering sunscreen all over my arms and stuff like that. It's brutal. It gets in, it's not even worth it. So to have shorts and a shirt that are able to take care of your sun protection is great. And again, dry super quick, fit and comfort, right? Especially if you're a fisherman. They've got a line cutter built into it. If you're a drinker like myself, for when you're off the water, bottle opener built in as well, so handy. With that, I also have multiple pairs of their gloves that you've probably seen me wearing. Again, UV 50 sun protection, great, so that when your hands are there, you're not burning the crap out of the top of your hands. So highly recommend. They are cut fingers, so you can still have a good percentage and control on your CD. So highly recommend getting those. Let's go with, in the summertime, you'll see me, I have these neck gaiters, again from Columbia PFG. You know, not sponsored, but if you want to. But these ones are absolutely fantastic. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's like breathing holes right here in them. And on the inside, they have what is technically called these cooling dots, so that when they get wet, they actually cool you down so you're not sweating in this thing. So again, highly recommend that. Now let's look a little bit if you're going into the colder weather, like what you see in the spring and the fall for me. So in the fall, you probably see more in the videos this neck gaiter from Columbia PFG. This one, if you can see, I don't know if you picks it up, but there's like a silver inlay to it, and it's actually a thermal one. Even though it's thin and light, it's thermal, blocks the wind. Your breath warms it up and keeps it nice and warm. Has a warm bit at the back here as well, but again, super thin, so it's not heavy or anything like that. The guys, in the winter, in the colder weather out on the water, I exclusively wear this. These ones are a bit harder to find, so when you do find them, get them. I do have a pair of my North Face gloves on those colder days in the when you're out in the water. Absolutely love them. I mean, it's a game changer. It keeps your hands so warm. I know people buy the heated grips, but to me, I mean, that's just money. Like, this is way cheaper than heated grips. I like it. It's got good grip on it. Very good there. Next I have for you guys is my Sea-Doo kind of springish, somewhat fall. It's a neoprene jacket. So I've worn it a couple times. It's very good at keeping you warm. You've seen it in a couple of videos in the early spring. I like it a lot. It's very convenient and gives you a good amount of protection. It's got pockets and everything. So again, got a neoprene jacket to keep you kind of warm and dry. If it's absolutely crazy out there and I want to do something stupid, I have a full wetsuit ready to go. So if it's, you know, early spring, see, what I take is the water is freezing cold in the spring, the air is warm. And in the fall, the air is freezing cold, but the water's warm. So I usually wear this in the spring, and then I wear this kind of early June-ish, and then this in the fall. And, you know, by the time I'm going out, I don't need to use this in the fall, it's over with. If I'm just going out in my winter jacket, I'll usually have a sweater or like a hoodie on underneath, just because this thing can get really hot, especially if it starts off the day cool and then it warms up if the sun comes out. I usually just go with, I'll wear the Columbia PFG long sleeve shirt, then I'll put a hoodie on, and then I'll wear my Oakley green jacket that you've seen in the videos. And then the other thing I put on is I wear, like, you know, good socks. I wear a pair of like Roots sweatpants, and then I have these North Face waterproof pants that I put over the sweatpants, and they're great for the wind, keeping the water off. So I wear these whenever it gets cold as well. You've seen it in the videos. Goggles, I mean, game changer when I discovered this whole thing. These are just like some $10 goggles off of Amazon. You know, I didn't go nuts and buy anything crazy because you're only really going to use it a couple times a year. But when you do use it, you will truly appreciate it. So get yourself a pair of just $10, you know, nice goggles, whatever you think you like, off of Amazon or wherever. You know, you always have to go out with your life vest on. So I mean, you guys should all have that. This is the one I have. It's the classic one. A lot of guys have the Sea-Doo life jacket because it is really good. Last but not least, I just got a cheap pair of shoes that are those waterproof, not waterproof, but quick draining, quick drying shoes. So like there's ability to water to pour out through here on the shoe, and it's all mesh. So I wear it, you know, people are like, well, what are you wearing that's cold? I just wear these. You know what I mean? I try not to get wet. That's the whole key to try to avoid getting wet. But if you have to get wet, get these. They keep your feet warm. They dry super quick. And I mean, just a good pair just to walk around with, and so you're not wearing sandals and stuff like that. So just a pair of quick draining water shoes that have some good support, and like I said, mesh to get it out, but still enough protection and warmth to keep you warm even if it's not wet. So there you go for that. All right guys, and last but not least is some of the storage and carrying bins that I have. So first off, I have a nice BRP dry bag that I keep a lot of my stuff in. I'm actually looking at getting a backpack dry bag for next season, so I'll be able to do a little bit more storage with that and feel safe in that my stuff is not going to get wet. So a lot of the electronics that if I'm not using it, I'll put in here, and any like things that I need to definitely keep dry go in this bag. I've got here is the carrying case. So again, kind of a dry bag situation. It's dark, so you won't be able to see in it. Well, maybe. But I mean, tons of storage. I'll put like my gas, my cooking stove, sleeping bag, all that stuff goes in. And then this just rolls up and you're good to go for that. So again, this one is highly recommended. I'll leave it open because it's winter and I want it to breathe. And then of course we've got the gas caddy. I mean, just an absolutely great feature. Again, I've told you, in the past, just replace it with a standard one. It works 1,000 times better than trying to figure out the one that they give you. The caddy itself is great, but go to your local car shop or wherever you can get one of these. I think they're like $4. It will save you a lifetime of hurt on the water. It just makes it so much easier. So again, fuel caddy, definite recommend. And then this was an absolutely beautiful thing I got this year. This, guys, is the link cooler, but as you can tell, I was able to get it in black. The black version of it is the Ski-Doo version of it. The Sea-Doo version is white, the Ski-Doo is black. And to my opinion, the black goes a lot better because it matches with this and with your back deck. So highly recommend ask your dealer for the Ski-Doo version, get it in black, looks great. So that's pretty much it for that. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap things up here. All right guys, so that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for checking out the gear that I have and asking the questions about the gear that I have, so appreciate that. If you have any questions about all the stuff that you've seen today, make sure you shoot me a note in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible with anything that I can find or the answers that you need. So until the next one, guys, just be safe out there. Can't wait to see you guys back on the water. Until the next one, peace!